Hey guys, and welcome to another one of my #1 Sentai Gozyuger episode commentary and reviews. This time it's episode 8, Between Right and Wrong, The Ring Hunter. And remember, if you do enjoy the videos, please like and subscribe. It means so much on a small channel like this. Anyway, let's get into the episode. So the episode picks up where last week's episode ended, where Osai powers down from his Tyranno Ranger form, and we get winner Garyudo, as the Tyranno ring flies off to Garyudo. As the Gozyugers criticise him for shooting the guy in the back, he lets off a barrage of shots, causing the Gozyugers to jump back. And next they look, he's got the body of Osai over his shoulder, and he disappears into a ring as the Rangers look on. So after the credits, we go to No.1 World, and Fire Candle is overjoyed that Fire Candle is finally fixed. So now's when he's finally going to settle the score with Tiger Wolf, as the Queen's doors open and she wakes up, saying Garyudo to everyone's surprised that she's awake. As Garyudo comes in and says, Queen Taiga June, good morning. As she's glad that he's returned. And he shows her a handful of rings. As she says she desires rings and her husband's. As Fire Candle says, how come she's only talking to the new guy? And who the hell is he even supposed to be? As Mr. Shining Knife and Mrs. Sweetcake say that Ring Hunter Garyudo is the Queen's secret weapon. As we see flashbacks of him getting the rings for Jaka, Ninja, and Goseija. As Garyudo says he has a hunt to resume, and his prey is Goju Wolf. As Fire Candle stops him, saying he's his. And Garyudo says, yeah, he's at your league. You keep losing to him. So, at the cafe, Ryuji's taking an order for a coffee to be delivered. As Haruo comes down, very tired, because Kinjiro was making a load of noise the night before. Turns out he's moved in, and it's a housewarming party. He's now also working part-time at the cafe, and Ryuji's going to take him to show him how to do a delivery. As Haruo says, hey, hire me too. Ryuji picks him up, places him on the floor in a squatting position, and says he's too grim-faced, so he might as well be a guard dog. As Haruo goes up to the bar and sucks on a flower? A guy comes in, and Haruo says, cafe's on a break at the moment. And the guy says it's been a long time, and uses Haruo's name. As Haruo looks at him in the ring, and the stranger crosses his fingers, saying, starting now, you're my prey. And Haruo realises it's actually his older brother. And overjoyed to see his brother again, Haruo embraces him, saying it was his fault that they got separated in No.1 World. Haruo asks if he's seen their mum and dad, and his brother says yeah, he has. And he knows that they've adopted some other kids and they've moved on with their lives. But he says it's a good thing. And in the meantime, the brothers have got each other. So, going off with his brother, Haruo and Hisamitsu go off to what looks like a filming studio. He says he doesn't go by Hisamitsu anymore, he goes by Kono. And with that name, he's seeking a world where everyone's dreams can come true. As we then see him filming an advert for Kuon AI. As the filming for the advert finishes, he's told how great it was, and good news, the company's been put on the list of the top 100 innovative businesses, where the brothers then head off to a small dressing room together, where Hirao says his brother is always, like, you know, the best at everything. It's why he tried to be the best as well. Before being shown a large dish of the fancy sushi, where Hirao starts stuffing his face. And his brother says, you know, if you help me out, you can eat like this all the time. And Hirao says, you know, he's looking for a new job anyway. They're interrupted by knocking at the door by one of Kono's employees. So he goes off to have a chat with him in a separate room. He's told that's 3 months in a row he hasn't met his projections. And now it's time to deal. And he puts his fingers in a cross towards the guy, as the guy backs up against the wall, and a red cross shines on him as he cries out. Elsewhere, at an outdoor seating area, Fire Candle and some of his warriors jump out and start attacking people. As Fire Candle shouts out, he wants Goju Wolf, and he's here to get his head before the other jerk does. Elsewhere, Ryuji and Kinjiro have finished doing their delivery, and Kinjiro even took notes as they pass by a fresh fish shop, where Kinjiro starts having a look at stuff, and he says he's thinking of getting Hirao a gift. Although Ryuji says they may be working together now, but don't get too attached because they're still rivals. Though Kinjiro does say that, no, at the end of the day, all you've got is memories of people, so why not make them good ones? Before Ryuji gets a message from Ryukuro to say that the No.1s are attacking. So they catch up with the other two who are already fighting and engage. So Tyranno and Eagle join the fight. As Fire Candle stops fighting to ask where Goju Wolf is, saying the rest of the Gozugers are just in the way. So her and his brother are walking on a raised area, and they look down and see the other Gozugers fighting. And his brother says, our next job is we're going to slaughter them. And when Hiro doesn't quite get it straight away, he shows him the white Tiger glove gun. And Hiro realises that he's the one who shot Tyranno Ranger, as he puts a white ring on that looks a bit like the Queen's face. His brother says Tono Hitsumitsu is gone, and that's because of Hiro. But his brother says he's grateful as he grabs Hiro by the back of the head. Because seeing him reminds him of how stupid he used to be. Surrounding himself with friends and acting like someone who helps the weak, when he's not trying to be number one, he's just chasing after his brother. Hiro asks what's wrong with that. But his brother says you don't even have a wish. There's nothing you really want. You just find an excuse. Hiro tries to deny it, but his brother says, you've lost too much. You damaged goods and you're not getting any of it back. He adds that wishes are just chains that hold them down, and he needs to unleash himself like an animal and hunt his enemies. He's not a little boy anymore. Staring at the fight going on down below, Hiro unleashes a howl that gets everyone's attention from the fight, and Fire Candle is overjoyed to see him. As Hiro transforms and claps like mad during his transformation before he attacks Goju Tyranno. And as Unicorn says she's attacking the wrong people, he fights his way over to her and fights her as well, as his brother watches on. And then transforms. Becoming Garyudo. As Rikuo asks if Garyudo put him up to it, he says, I put my little brother free. and introduces himself to the group as Ring Hunter Gyudo, and he's here to punish them all. As Fire Candle finally manages to get to Goju Wolf, he challenges him to whip out the Tiger Sword, because this time he's going to destroy him. As Hero accepts his challenge and says, anyone before me now, I'm going to destroy. And they both call their robots. Hero charges in, attacking Fire Candle. On the ground, we return to the fight between Gyudo and the other Gozyugers. Using the power of the rings, he creates decoys of Gozyuger and Ninja to fight the Rangers. Then, shooting him with his Tiger gun, he turns them into weapons that he then uses to fight the Rangers. When Kinjiro says he turned his allies into weapons, he says, not allies, servants, before hitting all of them at once. Bro is attacking Fire Candle like mad. The Fire Candle says it doesn't seem right, as he manages to land a hit on the back of the Tiger Sword, before using Fireheart Sword Torchlights. But he stops before landing the finishing blow, saying something's wrong. Pulling his sword away, he says this isn't the fight he wanted. It's a farce. And like this, Herrera isn't even worth beating. On the ground, Gyudo says it's time to wrap things up. And embedding the spike of his Tiger gun in a concrete pillar, he unleashes a massive blast of energy, sending the Gozyugers flying, before Gyudo disappears. And as Herrera comes down from the Tiger Sword, he's surrounded by the other Rangers, saying if he wants to start a fight for the rings, they'll start with his. As they prepare to fight, Herrera takes off his ring and says he never had a wish. Never had, and he never will. Before throwing his ring away and walking off. As making an X with his fingers, his brother watches on. Okay, so that was quite an episode. Gyudo being a very interesting evil ranger, for lack of a better term. Obviously, I know I joked in a post with someone on one of my other videos that knowing the way Toei likes to screw with us, it was probably going to be Samino's sister, instead of like Samino's sister being Bouquet, like everyone's saying it probably is. But yeah, I don't remember seeing anyone saying that it was going to be Herrera's brother. I mean, if you did think that before, let me know in the comments. You know, I'd like to know what you guys thought. But yeah, it was good. I mean, Herrera just giving up. You know, just believe it. I mean, you know he's going to be back. You know, he's one of the main five. Of course he's going to be back. But yeah, just seeing him be like, I have no wish. If he had no wish, then surely he wouldn't have been able to like henshin, because that was Samino's problem. She wasn't getting her wish right. It was only once she sorted out her wish that she was able to actually change into Goju Unicorn. The other thing I noticed, and I don't know if it was actually mentioned before, but if I can actually find it written down. Yeah. The Queen is Queen Taiga June. And of course, the gauntlet, the Taiga glove that Gyudo used is obviously white, and it's a gun. But the face looks like, well, a bit like the Queen. The fact that she's called Taiga, does that mean she is like the sister or whatever of Taiga Sword? Are they linked? Is it going to be a case of, well, the main good guy, the main mecha, is related or linked to the leader of No.1 Worlds? is there a link? Because obviously all the No.1s are #1 this and #1 that. So is there a link between them? That's something I've been sort of wondering while watching this one. It was good to see Goju Wolf sort of letting loose. But he was able to sort of, I don't know, I mean, the fight seemed a bit half-hearted. It's like, yeah, 2 seconds here, 2 seconds of you, 2 seconds of you. It wasn't like he was really trying to fight them, but I think that was shown in his fight with Fire Candle and the King Chandler or King Candler, because he was just it wasn't himself, and even Fire Candle got that, and I love the fact that he's just like, yeah, you're not yourself. You know, I mean, surprised he didn't offer him a Snickers and say, look, you're not yourself when you're hungry. But he even said, you're not yourself. This fight is a farce. You know, come back. You're not worth it at the moment. Basically saying, come back when you're yourself again. I'm walking away, and I like that. I like that. He's like, you know, he's got that at least a germ of honor in him that, yeah, I want to fight you at your best so that I can be best. If I can't beat you your best, then I don't want to beat you. The only thing that really bugged me in this episode was with Fire Candle inside King Candler. And that was the green screen. And I don't know if anyone else noticed it, but if you look at my hand, it's fine. If I do that and I move, you can see the green. You can see a little bit of green around it because these are actually there. But the way this office is set up, I can't have them there. I can't show any of my collection. So I do it via green screen so I can show off my collection in the videos. It looks right. And because I'm not moving that much, you don't get that. But getting that in this, it did sort of take me out of that battle just a little bit. Not enough that it ruined the episode. It's just, you know, I've got to try and find some negatives in these because I'm enjoying it so much. It's like, oh, I gotta say something negative. Otherwise, people just be like, oh, yeah, he's just fanboy. He's gonna be like, yeah, I like it all. I like it all. I enjoy it. It's why I make the videos. But yeah, just that one little bit. You'd have thought after like everything they did on King Oja, I mean, they had literal green backgrounds or something, didn't they? Was that they just literally put all the background on? You'd have thought they wouldn't have that anymore. But either way, it was a good episode. I'm looking forward to seeing how the story progresses. Still, I mean, 8 episodes in, still liking it. Not bored yet. So that's good. Only 42 more episodes to go. And yeah, thank you to everyone who's been watching these videos because my views have just been going up and up week on week. So thank you to everyone who's, you know, coming in, watching, liking, subscribing, you know, commenting. I'd love some more comments to talk to. You know, it gives me a break from trying to edit videos. I've got some more 50th anniversary special videos coming up. I've got King Oja and Go-Go 5 in the works. So I am working on like those, which will come out at some point. Depends on how long it takes to actually do the editing. Because obviously I'm still doing the Zyuranger as well. But yeah, other than that, another good episode. And hopefully have another good one next week. Till then, stay #1. See you next time.